Hello. Hello,
Excuse
hello.
me, sir.
Yeah. That. Excuse me, sir. Sese.
Now he has nowhere to lay his vagina bones.
Sese the Wolf, thank you for 51 months. Colorado Thunder, thank you for 81 months. Psycho Boy, thank you for
Oops.
115 months. Doug, thank you for 34 months. Very much appreciated, all y'all.
Do I get my headphones? I was told there were headphones.
Oh, what's happening? Plethora. I don't know what you're driving at, but I'll accept it. I'll just accept it for what it is. It is not Friday yet, but it's about to be. Yeah, see, I did this so that the VOD watchers could catch up. Messing with PS2, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I watched today, what was it? It was on the LTT channel. Don't know if I remember his name. I'm not like a fan, so I don't have all the people there memorized or anything. I will occasionally pop into one of their videos if it's something that catches my interest. I think his name is Doug. I watched the video where they did like an intervention on the retro guy, essentially, the retro collector guy. Think a different Doug, right? You're not that Doug, are you? That would be very weird. Yeah, all the stuff for auction. Does anybody know who that guy's name, like what that guy's name is? Is it Doug? Yeah. I was having to do some catch-up work to try to hit a target here. So, yeah. Nice, Sese. Glad for you. Anyway, it was a very painful video to watch. Oh, David was his name. David. Yeah, thank you. And like I said, I don't know their names. Yeah, I don't know about how I felt about that. All right, all right. Look, man. I guess I could have done the same. His unsponsored tech overhaul or whatever.
It's different every fucking time.
QB, thank you for 71 months. Thank you very much. Scart Ruggabuz. Ruggabuz. I was unimpressed. I did watch that, and
I said it.
I didn't think it was that great, to be honest. Jesney, I think for 22 months. Was it emulation focused? Because, I mean, all the setup was a gigantic TV, a computer, HDMI out to the TV, and then they couldn't really do any emulation stuff because apparently his NAS died and everything that he had was on his NAS. Or something like that was what occurred. I don't know. If that were me, I think I would very much regret doing that, to be honest. But then again, while I can't say that I use all of this stuff all the time, I do mess with quite a lot of this stuff in the collection very frequently, I guess I would say. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess it is, but I mean, like, there wasn't really anything about that setup that seemed like specific to emulation, I guess. I don't even know what would be, even, right? Maybe we're talking about different videos. What do you mean it didn't seem like he used any of his collection? Yeah, but what do you mean by you're saying like he just wasn't playing with any of this stuff. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. The video itself, I think, was kind of a farce. In some ways. First of all, one thing you need to know, and by the way, I'm not streaming D2 tonight. I'm just checking in. But first of all, shit was all prepared for the video. Okay, well, I'm not saying like the whole video is a lie, but just let me explain. They had just moved into the house they bought. So that's why stuff was boxed up, packed up, etc. I don't know how much he was using any of that, but the fact that it was boxed up and stuff is not
In the 19th century, people are strong believers of superstition and legend.
an indication that he wasn't making use of it.
And glory and a legendary treasure.
But I also don't know how much he was using that shit, so that's not for me to say. I'm just saying we don't know one way or the other. Secondly, the premise was that they, I guess, saved up and made the down payment on their place, and they got their place. The reason for selling all this stuff was to raise money to then do some further improvements to make it more livable. So going into the video, there was already the intention to sell stuff to raise money. And I guess he had sort of separated surface level stuff he was definitely okay with getting rid of, and stuff that he felt like he wanted to keep. And then you have Linus there as like the guy doing the intervention. I think that it was legitimate, that premise. I think Linus was genuinely like trying to get him to get rid of more stuff. I don't think that that was all just an act. But there was a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. And I think that he'll come to regret it eventually because, first of all, there was a lot of stuff there he seemed like he just genuinely did not want to part with. And he had some pretty serious stuff in his collection. He had some really interesting things that caught my eye. The thing with what Linus was doing is that he's not... Oh, yeah, no, I know. I mean, like, I'm saying, like, it's not faked. It's just, there is... I think a lot of the, like, picking and choosing things and pressuring him to get rid of certain things and whatever, I think a lot of that was just genuinely happening. So I'm only talking about, like, the framing and stuff. Yeah, embellished, I guess, a little bit. The thing about Linus's perspective on any of the stuff that he had is, like, the thing is like, those aren't the reasons that you have any of that stuff. The reasons that Linus was giving was like, he said stuff that really stuck out to me, like, this isn't this isn't from your childhood. You didn't have this console. It's like, that's not, if anything, that's more the reason why I sought out those things. It's not all just nostalgia. I didn't have a Neo Geo when I was a kid because they were $600 at the time. So basically $1 million just for the console. But that makes it all the more alluring to me later on, right? Because I didn't get to experience it. So I'm experiencing it now. I think that's I mean, it's fine for someone who isn't into it to not have that grasp. I'm not really criticizing not having that perspective. It's just, it was kind of painful to watch for that reason, because I think that David didn't really push back. I don't think he wanted to push back because, again, I think that I don't know if it was like he had sort of a deal with his partner or girlfriend or whatever of like, you got to get rid of this shit. I don't know why I started a fight and then I didn't fight at all. I just let myself get beat the fuck up while I looked at chat and spoke. And that's fine. I'm not saying like
Get that piss out.
The evil partner is forcing this poor man to get rid of his stuff. Not like that. I'm not coming at it like that whatsoever. Nothing wrong with a compromise in a relationship, and often very necessary. But more so being like going towards like the shit behind the scenes of this video a bit, right? What kept crossing my mind was the only financial advice I think I ever got from my dad, or at least the only financial advice I ever appreciated from my dad, was actually just about stuff. Why did the jewel fall right where she was standing? Basically, my dad's point of view was like, you shouldn't... Oh god, we don't want to do this right here on the book! Oh, it didn't blow her up? What the hell? My dad's perspective on, like, stuff was that you shouldn't... If you're, like, just selling stuff to pay bills or whatever, it's really not worth it, because once you sell the stuff is fucking gone. You know? And then also the money is gone. Basically instantly. You know what I'm saying? That just makes a lot of sense to me. Things that you get, that you have... I mean, not every single fucking piece of junk that you have matters, of course. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, something that you got because you're like invested in it in some way emotionally, or it's something like a hobby or whatever else. Once you start getting rid of that stuff to just pay bills or whatever, it's really hollow feeling. That's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah, I mean, if it's shit that you don't give a fuck about anymore, that's fine. The point isn't that you should never ever get rid of anything or never ever ever sell anything. That doesn't make sense. Oh, she got them all. She got me. Yeah, it'll cost more to get it back again if you want it again. It's just like that's what I was thinking about the whole time I was watching. I was like, man, you're never going to get this stuff again. And it seems like you really care about a lot of this stuff that you're getting rid of. And I don't think that feeling is going to go away. You know? Someone else was saying this, I think it was Doug as well. And I don't know this guy, so I don't know what his... Oh, cool, we exchanged jewels. Very good. I don't know what his reason is for collecting or playing or whatever, but like... I mean, we've had emulators for fucking forever, right? I mean, not full emulation of every single console ever or whatever, obviously. But, like, a majority of the 2D console stuff we've had pretty good emulation of for, like, since they came out. Very soon after they came out. Well, not the NES, but you know what I'm saying. Like, in the year 2000, when I was messing around with emulators for the first time, or thereabouts, you know, SNES emulation was pretty damn good. Please hit her with something. Good God. No! How could this happen? But I just didn't feel... I don't know what it is about it, but like, when I have the whole world, the entire library at my fingertips, I just don't really feel much motivation to play any of it. I don't know why. But when I have it in hand, I do. So maybe that's a me problem, I suppose. Probably is. That's definitely a real thing for me. And then I've also talked a lot about how, like, I really care about the whole tactile experience, as weird as that might sound. Like, I really enjoy the process of getting out the game and looking at the manual and putting it in the system and everything. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't love it when people kind of boil people's hobbies down in that way. There's a lot of hobbies that I don't give a shit about, but I don't look down on them. Like, I don't do figure painting. I do not care about that at all. I don't care about Warhammer or other similar things, right? But that's fine. It's not something I would do. And I think a lot of people make fun of it. But, like, who cares? Let people do whatever people want to do. It's kind of funny because there's a lot of mainstream stuff that arguably is not different from something like that, right? Like miniature painting or whatever. There's a lot of mainstream type of things like scrapbooking, you know. I do not give a fuck about scrapbooking, and I can't understand how anybody could. But, like, no one really... That's not like a... that's not a hobby that people come after, if that makes sense. Oh my god, he bamboozled my ass. I tried to kick him, and then he dodged it and slid a box into my body and destroyed me. What are you doing? Quit carrying the boxes around. What are you doing with that? Are you going to just let yourself blow up? Oh, point blank. God damn it. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Oh god. Also bad. All of this is very bad. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, he won't do his special if he's holding that. He won't do his special. Ow! Oh god. There we go. But anyway, like I said, I have no idea of the dude's motivations or anything either. So maybe this is exactly what he wanted and needed, and that's also fine. But just something about the whole presentation of that just really put me off. Oh, how did that hit that pole? How did I manage to shoot this narrow-ass little pole? Oh my god, he's gonna ruin me. This is it. I'm over. I'm so dead. Oh no! Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine somehow. I used to be very good at this game, and I think I've become very bad at it. I don't understand. I'm having troubles with, like, targeting the enemy with certain things. Like, when I throw shit. Oh my god, he got me. I thought I threw the box. I'm dead. Oh, and, you know, I was just saying that I totally understand the, like, sort of purpose of Scrapbook. The end result makes sense to me. It's, when I was saying, like, I don't get it, and I wouldn't do it, it's the whole, like, everything else about it. Everything that goes into it, I don't really care for, in terms of the type of stuff that you're doing, I guess.
People are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and a legendary treasure, which has the power to make dreams come true. That treasure is known as the power.
So, yeah, I don't know. The thought of, like, just selling all this stuff to do, like, a down payment on a house just sounds horrific to me. It would make me very sad. And it would just be money that just goes into a black hole. But then, you know, it depends on your means and your position in life. Because, like, I have a day job where I know that I could save up a down payment, therefore I don't have to delete my my hobby, I guess. So that's also another factor, right? I guess if your hobby is, like, detrimental to your life or the lives of people around you, that's also a big problem, right? I'm sad that Capcom just abandoned this franchise. What was that move he was doing? That was insane. That did cross my mind, Maury, that they're in Canada, so also housing is worse in Canada right now, isn't it, than even in the States? That dude is kind of Thing, isn't he? He basically looks exactly like Thing.
People are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and a legendary treasure, which has the power to make dreams come true. That treasure is known as the Power Stone.
Also, something else that's kind of defeating about a collection of that size and selling it off is that he only was able to raise 20,000. That's not a insignificant amount of money. But that's so much stuff, and it didn't really raise that much cash. All of that stuff got turned into quite a large TV. A large TV, a pretty high-end computer, and I'm not sure what else. Not much else. Some stuff for like shelving and a barn door with controllers on it. Wait, what? I don't care how he feels he owns a house in Vancouver. What was that about? Wait, what do you mean, Copper? Frankly, it's weird that games had, like, they don't really have URLs in them in this way anymore, right? Oh, that was his response to Northern Lion. That's pretty good.
19th century, people are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and
A lot of Dreamcast games have URLs in them for some reason.
come true.
Like, everybody was like trying to advertise their .com because they had just got it. Is basically how it feels. Because PlayStation games, I don't think really had that as much. I can't think of one off the top of my head that did. But I can think of multiple Dreamcast games that have their .com prominently displayed, like fucking Carrier. Jalico had their URL right on the demo screen, just like Capcom here. I guess in the case of the Dreamcast, it might have been because of the fact that it was also advertised as like an internet-capable console, and it did ship with the web browser, right, and a modem. So I guess the hope was that you would go to Capcom.com on your Dreamcast browser. Yeah, you could, but you would have to quit the game. It's not like you could just go to the browser from within the game or something. You can't like click on that URL right there. You have to quit Power Stone, throw in your Web 2.0 disk. Of course, no HTTPS. Nobody was on HTTPS back then. Yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna get a house.
In the 19th century, people are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and a legendary treasure which has the power to make dreams come true. That treasure is known as the
No, you could use just the domain. You guys are all making me feel quite old right now. Not always, no, but by the time that this game came out, you could go to Capcom.com. Like, you didn't have to do www. I'm pretty sure. A lot of the protocols and things were all figured out. That's kind of the funny thing about a lot of stuff, is that the protocols were figured out, but the implementations and like client-side implementations in particular were they weren't consistent or widely available, was basically. I saw when Capcom got on Blue Sky, that was the first response I saw to anything that they posted, was somebody going something along the lines of like, are you here to apologize for your website not being cap.com or something along those lines?
century, people are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and a legendary treasure which has the power to make dreams come true. That treasure is
Yeah.
the Power Stone.
The push to make everything SSL based is very recent. I don't know when that started, but it was within the past like 5 years, I think, right? Which obviously is a massive improvement and important. It made certain things a pain in the ass, but it's worth it. True, true, and true. Yeah. I mean, if you want to have your own website, to be honest, it's pretty easy to do these days. If you want to have a self-hosted website, meaning you want to host it from home, that's the hardest way to do it. That is the hardest way to do it. I mean, technically easy, but in terms of like making sure that you are not opening yourself up to a security disaster is the problem there. Like I have my server, my local server and whatever, and you know, all of my self-hosting shit. I do not expose that to the internet.
That treasure is known as the Power Stone.
No. I am not a security guy, so for me that would be just a nightmare of like having to learn way too much shit and probably get most of it wrong. And yeah. Is it really as easy as just a Cloudflare tunnel? I feel like there's so much more to be concerned about than just that. They won't let you tunnel for Plex? I didn't know that. That's weird. Why would they do that? Just bandwidth reasons? They do allow it. Okay, we're getting conflicted. You just have to turn off caching. Oh, okay. ZK does know their shit on this.
People are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world for fortune, glory, and a legendary treasure.
In terms of having been a self-hoster for much longer than I have.
Is known as the Power Stone.
I do use Cloudflare currently with my fucking dead to the world setup now that TrueChart's imploded. Because to have local SSL, there's this fucking, you have to do this fuck ass out to the internet, back to you mess to have certs. It's just I don't understand why you can't have like your own local. I mean, it's probably just shit that I don't understand that's beyond me. But you have to have like the certs issued externally or whatever. It's, I guess, just easier to do it that way. I don't know, man. I'm not a network administrator. The thing for me that I don't love about the Cloudflare thing is... So first of all, I mean, in my case, I'm not even trying to expose any of my stuff externally.
That treasure is known as the Power Stone.
I like stuff that is as detached from big giant corporations as possible. So I don't love the reliance on Cloudflare. But there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know enough to get around any of that shit. Like I have so much shit I have to learn. Like one of the things on my agenda is I really want to get up to speed with container stuff in general. Docker, Kubernetes, however you say that. I'm just not up to speed on that at all. It all just sort of happened while I was busy doing other things. And so I can't even, if you ask me to make a container, I can't make a container. Or I could, but it would be a while. I'd have to do a lot of reading and tutorials. But it's something that I want to understand better. I would like to get to a point where I can be like Mr. Cool Command Line, just do everything, just boom. Like, because I really like doing shit from the command line, and just one of the things that looked really compelling to me was the whole like repository-based network administration shit with Proxmox and so on, where you just you just make like a config, you check it in to your repository, and then the whole entire server builds itself, which seems very cool to me. Damn, 11 years old. So then you could be, I mean, I started in 2010, so you could be 25 now. Maximum. Is that right? Nice, 23. Cool. That's a long, it feels like a really damn long time, doesn't it? But it has been 14 years since I first uploaded to YouTube. Ifa, thank you for the gift sub to Holden. Also, Tim, thank you for the gift sub to Copper. Oh, man. I feel like the thing I've been fighting the most with lately is how strong my feelings are of, I wish that I didn't have to have a day job and I could go back to just working on creative stuff. And I feel like the longer that I am in my day job, the more, like, the stronger that desire gets. And it really sucks. It sucks very much. I'd really rather be working on cool stuff for the stream, or working on a game, or learning stuff, or whatever. Getting Nakomi a new 3D printer has also awoken a little apparent 3D printing freak in me. I'm just really fascinated by it, especially this new machine that I got her. I just love watching the stuff that she's doing, and then I'm like, And I kind of wish we had another one of these. But I don't need to be starting some other shit up that I'm not going to have time to indulge in. So I'm just going to try to let that feeling die inside of me. Yeah, my job has kind of fallen into a rut of monotony, I think, and I'm really trying to fight. I find myself fighting the boredom more than anything with it of late. And it really sucks. It was pretty good for the first 3 years, but this past year has, it's really been weighing on me.
What?
My job.
Oh, yeah.
In the 19th century, people are strong believers of superstition and legend. Adventurers seek the world.
Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up here and head out, y'all.
Make dreams come true. That treasure is
I just wanted to check in. Sorry for the short stream. Sorry for no D2. Trust me, I am so curious about what that game has left for us. And I was really looking forward to it tonight, but I really needed to do some work, and that's just all there is to it. Yeah, not at all. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. It amazes me that people are here every day. After 11 years? Shit, did we pass? Oh my God. What's wrong with me? Happy anniversary, everybody. 2 days ago, it was the 11-year anniversary of Stream Today, and I just blanked completely on it.
I was gonna make you a cake.
December the 4th. I completely forgot. I started on December the 4th, 2013. Stream a day, yeah. And 3 years before that, I uploaded my first YouTube video. Jesus, what is that sound? I didn't know that sound was in here. Ifa, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, happy anniversary, everybody. Hopefully I find more balance in my life in the future to where I can actually remember such things and do something for such things. Remember when I used to do that? We did get Stunlocked yesterday, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it was only 1 day ago. Because the clock just ticked over, so the 6th has only just begun. But anyway. Thanks for hanging with me, everybody. I hope you have a good night, and hopefully, I mean, definitely tomorrow we will continue D2. Because it's Friday, and even if I don't get my work done, nothing can stop me. Because it's too late anyway. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you for the biddies. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.